Good morning, welcome to the channel. This is just going to be a little introductory video. What we're doing is taking this 90 by 40 barn down. We're going to be turning it into a part of it's going to be a house on this end over here upstairs, and the other part is going to be a shop, sort of like a barndominium, but not really. So the first process we have to do obviously is get it down, take all the boards, power wash them, power wash all the beams, then take all the boards to the local lumber yard, have them kiln dried. This is not our stuff in here. This is the person that owns the place. We plan on reusing these floorboards. Gonna reuse the siding. Yesterday we took that part down. So we have that side left, that side, that end there. These boards we will not be reusing because they are tongue and groove, and the amount of time and effort it takes to take them down and not have them split, it just doesn't make sense. Because when you try and take them apart, they all split into little splinters. So we will not be reusing them. It is more efficient just to take some regular boards with a bit and make your own tongue and groove siding if you want that type. This door we will save. Try and save the hinges on it. The roof boards we will not be saving, just because in order to send somebody up on the roof, this wood is going to be, I want to estimate, 100 years old. You don't want somebody walking around up there trying to take the boards off, because it's very much a possibility that they can fall through. Some people do it. We will not be doing it. As you can see right there, there is a hole where a hole was in the roof. That's the dangers that you can't see when you're up on top. So we are not going to take that chance, and we have to have, I believe, trusses made anyway. So while we will be reusing the ones that go vertical, we will work on taking them apart after we get it down on the ground with the SkyTrack. So after we take off all the siding, we will go through and number every one of these beams, which will be the framework for where it's going to go on our property. We have to number and tag the beams, draw it all out on a sheet of paper for the architect and the engineer. Then we take the whole framework apart. Then we take it to our land, power wash it, and see if it needs to be taken in to be kiln dried after that. So when we are done, all this will be down to the foundation. The foundation the homeowner is going to work on taking care of. We are not doing that part. This is what you would consider a faded red siding, because you can still see red in the grain. It's not completely gray. So it was painted when it was put up, and probably sometime years after that to maintain it. I apologize for the shaky camera. I'm not a cameraman. That right there is the sky track we'll be using along with the man basket to take the siding off. Bring it to a pile over here. These are the boards we took off yesterday. These will all be denailed, put on a stack, have the ends cut to square them up. And then this is what it looks like on the outside. All these vines will pull down. These little trees will cut down, get rid of, get them out of the way. This is the back side of the barn. So today we're going to start down there, work our way this way, get all this siding off. Bring it over here, stack it, denail it. Yeah, should be a good time. The siding we are not reusing on when we rebuild it. When we rebuild it, it's going to be, at this time, we have decided to go with board and batten siding, which we will get from a mill. So it's going to be a rough sawn, 1 inch by probably 12 inch wide board. And then this siding here we will use on the inside of the building. Just because when you take it down, if you look down there where those windows are, when we go to put it back up, we are not going to have windows there. So then you have to try and fill that gap in anyway. And like where that door is there, that's siding that will not be reused. That siding from that door does not match the rest of the siding. So then you have to try and find siding to match this stuff. So if you look at the whole barn, it's a 90 by 40, I believe I said. You're going to have probably 20% moss in the amount of siding that you have. So when you go to put it back up, you will have at least 20% less siding to work with. And then you have to try and match that siding, which isn't impossible, but it's hard to do just because it's faded red. So you can't go to the store and buy paint for it because there's no such thing as faded red paint. That just comes from years and years of sun fade on what used to be red siding. If you look, you probably can't see it right there along the top. That is still all very red because the sun does not get there because of the overhang in the gutter system. So the sun does not beat behind there like you can see now. In the shadow there, it stays very red because the sun never hits it. So this is all faded from the weather and the sun. If you look on these boards over here, this right here is under the overhang. That's actually from that part right there, but on the other end, because we already took these boards off. So to try and match this siding, it's pretty hard to do. So we're going to use it on the inside of the building because we need less of it, because part of it is going to be drywall and whatever other kind of reclaimed lumber. And in the outside, we're just gonna, like I said, use new board and batten siding that's rough sawn cut. That way at least all matches. So today we're gonna work on, like I said, start on the other end down there, come down this side, and then try and get to this end here and get these piles behind me denailed and stacked up. So this here is 2 weeks after the original video. It was last weekend and the weekend before. We went around, Got all the siding up. I did not get video of that, unfortunately, so that'll have to be on the next barn. It is Tuesday night in the evening. Had some time after work. So tonight, gonna start in that back corner right there, taking the roof off. That'll be done with the sky track. And I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up, do a time lapse on it. Just a couple shots of the inside here. Some more work to do on the inside, but the next step is to get the roof off. So I'll set the camera up and we'll get to it. So this is the after video, peeling off the roof. Let's see, probably got a little under a third of it done. It was getting too hard to see the cross beams that are up there from down below, because it's a good 40 feet away in the tip of my forks. I didn't want them getting stuck on the beams there, so turned out pretty good for only an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours of work. It's messy here, but there's a dumpster that's going to get thrown away in. And the junk wood's just going to get burned, so machine didn't get wrecked. I didn't get hurt. Time to go home. It's a lot darker than what it looks like on camera. It's about 8:45, so. Welcome back. We're back at the barn that we're taking down to build into the house. Last weekend we got the whole roof off. Got it put into sections on the ground. So I got some piles sitting around like that we are gonna take and put into the dumpster over there. We got some more piles sitting here. And then we're gonna pick up all this garbage here, put it in a dumpster as well. Then after that, we are going to take off the rafters, which we will not be reusing, because after years and years of being up there, they've all got kind of a wave to them. If you look down them, they settle over a long period of time, so we're not going to reuse them at all. Also, the new roof, when we put it on, is going to be in waves like these rafters are right now. So I'll set the camera up and we'll get to clean it up.
I'll do a little recap from today. There's two big stacks that were sitting here of roof material and shingles. We got that in a dumpster. I got this bay halfway cleaned out. That's burnable. That's gonna burn. That needs to go in the dumpster. This front is cleaned out here. This is going down in the basement. There's some garbage back there that needs to go. That there. From now on, I'm only going to use one of those because doing it by hand is bull. And that right there did in 10 minutes what took me probably 2 hours to do. So we got these two end bays cleaned out. Goal of the day was to get the dumpster full. He's going to call tomorrow and get it swapped out. I'll stop by during the week and finish getting the rest cleaned out. Doesn't pay to push this off and then have to go clean it up on the bottom because then you just moved it twice. So he's going to get the dumpster swapped out and I'll stop by after work and get it finished cleaning up. And next weekend is getting the roof trusses down and tagging all the beams and starting to take the frame apart. And it's just a frame and the floor left. So. Back here at the barn again this morning. Sunday morning about 6:30. Gonna do a little recap of what's done so far. So the trusses are off now. Took them down yesterday. Have them all in a stack, de-nailed in front of the siding. So we're gonna get those hauled out hopefully today later on. This morning, guys are coming and gonna clean up the shingles around the bottom, around the outside. Get those cleaned up. Yesterday we ended the day with taking the different beam sections. Those up there are done. The end wall is done. We're gonna do these other individual ones and then start taking the frame apart. So hopefully by the end of the day we have the frame all down and those boards loaded up and gonna haul them off.